Hi guys, Swansea City is here, back again for a video on the channel. In this one today then, as you can see on the screen to my right hand side, I'll be doing every single Swansea City player this season, all 33 of them, and I'll be ranking them out of 6 categories. The 6 categories I've got to my right hand side then, as you can see I'll put the cursor over it. So we got the top one, player of the season candidate. They've had a brilliant season, and they're top of the bunch for Swansea City. Then we've got the one underneath good, they've not been player of the season potential, but they've still had a half decent season. Then we've got average, some games were decent, some games were poor. Next after average, we've got poor, who consistently have not shown their good quality this season. Then we've got rubbish. So there's going to be a few players in here, I'll tell you that now. And then, of course, we've got that category, not played enough. There's a few players in here who will go into this category. Like I said, there's going to be 33 players to rank, as you can see down below. I've got all the players there and their beautiful pictures. A few players on this list did leave the club in the summer, and a few left in January. So there's quite a few players in here who don't actually play for the club anymore. But, of course, they still count as a Swansea City player and a ranking because they were part of the team. So there's a player in here who's only played 1 game this season. There's a player in here who's played 47 games this season. So it's going to range. So hopefully you guys are enjoying the stream. If you do, please smash a like, comment, subscribe. Let me know who is in the chat as well, because when I'm going to talk about a player, I want you guys to put in the comment sections down below what ranking over the 6 I've got on my right-hand side. Where would you put that player? And, I might try and put your comments on the screen or I'll read them out. But, yeah, let's read a few of the chats before we actually go into the thing. Of course, this is a live stream, so if you could share the stream, it would be greatly appreciated. It's going to be a long one as well, hopefully. Hello to Mikey in the chat. Hello, Chris Welch. I'm doing well. I watched a video earlier, pal. Keep up the good work and, just keep your consistency, and then the subscribers will grow then, mate. But, yeah, Sunderland, just going to go on to that quickly. They obviously beat Wickham earlier, so Sunderland away next season, along with Middlesbrough, Rotherham, Wigan, Preston, Blackpool, Blackburn, Rotherham. There's so many Northern away days next season. It's going to be a little bit of a nightmare. But we're going to start off with a video now. The first player we will do, and I will do it in the order which is on the screen, just random order. So we've got Ryan Bennett to start off with. Now, Ryan Bennett, I wrote a few notes down about Bennett here. He's played 19 games this season. And, yeah, it's not a lot of games. He's only played 19 games. He's also had 1 red card, no goals, no assists to his name. Now, the problem with Bennett this season has been probably consistency. When he's been playing, look, when Bennett's played, he's not been great, has he? Like I said, red card against Stoke away in February, not been in the last 2 months in the matchday squad. Clearly out of favour. Let me know down below, Swansea City fans, where do you put Bennett in this thing? Look, 19 games is enough games, so you can't go in the not played enough category, because 19 games, it's not half a season, but it's nearly half a season. So he's played enough football. But for me, it's between poor and rubbish for Ryan Bennett. He's not going an average or good player of the season candidate, definitely not. So might need some help in the chat. Ryan Bennett, I'm trying to think. He has had 1 or 2 decent games this season. Cardiff at home, he had a good game. So he has been okay. So I'll put him in poor. I don't think he's been rubbish. I think rubbish is slightly harsh, because he has had 1 or 2 decent games now and then. But for me, yeah, Ryan Bennett, look, he's not going to an average. He's not played enough good games to be an average. But so, yeah, Ryan Bennett in poor. FC Refik is going for poor. Case is going for poor. Deguzi saying poor. So I think you guys are agreeing with me with that one. Now, we got a player who left the club in January, Stephen Bender. Now, Bender has only played 5 games this season for the Swans, keeping 2 clean sheets and not saving the penalty, which he did come up against for Blackburn Rovers. Now, 5 games. It's not enough, is it? It's not enough to rank Stephen Bender. I'm going to have to put him in the not played enough category. 5 games across a whole season for Swansea City, or until the first half of the season, until he went out on loan. Look, it's not enough games. I can't rank Stephen Bender. If I did have to rank him after the 5 games, it probably would be the poor category as well. No wonder why he left the club, because he just couldn't suit Russell Martin's system. And even though he is still technically a Swansea City player because he's returned from Peterborough United on loan, I don't think he'll be at the club coming for the first game of the season. Matt Gifts is going poor. Chris Welch poor. Robbie CFC even, and mate Daniel Conobus is not. Yeah, he's not playing enough. 5 games is just not enough. And, he has kept 2 clean sheets, so he kept a clean sheet against Bristol City away, and I think it was Sheffield United at home. So 2 decent sides he's kept a clean sheet against. Do you say Bender does not adapt to Russell Martin's system, made mistakes with that Peterborough, done decent? Yeah, he's a good shot stopper, mate, but Unfortunately, he's just not played enough football. Now, on to another player then, Brandon Cooper. Again, not many games this season. He's only played 7 games. At the start of the season, he was probably one of our main centre halves. He started against Sheffield United, then he, started playing against Stoke and Bristol City away, where he always kept a clean sheet. And I thought Brandon Cooper had a really good start to the season, but we just had Cabango and players like that turning up in form. So 7 games. Again, I think they're going to have to play over 10 games to really rank him. So unfortunately, Brandon Cooper's also going to have to go in the not played enough category for me. I don't know, guys, down below, where would you put Brandon Cooper in this tier maker system? But for me, 7 games across 46 games in the Championship, plus at least one in the Carabao Cup or one in the Emirates FA Cup, that's 48. And for him to only play 7, it's not enough for me to rank. Kieran Jenkins says not played enough. Yeah, I agree with that, mate. But if he did play after, September, then, he definitely could be in the top 2 categories for me because he had a really good start to the season. But again, I'm doing this across the whole season and he's just not played enough football. Not played enough deeply field for him, sent on loan to get Finley Burns. Well, he went on loan to Swindon and he suffered an injury which ruled him out for the rest of the season, which is a bit of a shame because in the end, Swindon got to the playoffs and, maybe if Brandon Cooper played in the playoffs, he could have got Swindon to the playoff final. Right. I don't know why these keep coming up in terms of players who haven't played much football, but next up we've got Jan Dander. Now, Jan Dander has only played 6 games this season, so less than Brandon Cooper. He's had 2 assists, which came against Reading in the Carabao Cup, but he's only had 1 start in the Championship. So 1 start out of a possible 46 games. Yeah, it's going to be not played enough. Now, I know a lot of people will probably put him into the poor rubbish category, but I don't want to be horrible to Jan Dander. Look, if he had minutes this season and was poor and rubbish, then fair enough. But for me, even if he was, not great in these 6 games, he still had, and like I said, if I'm putting Brandon Cooper in the not played enough category with 7 games, I've got to put Jan Dander in the same category. Casey saying player of the season, yeah. I wonder why you're saying that. Dylan saying rubbish. I think it's a bit harsh to say rubbish, mate. Against Ren in the Carabao Cup, he was brilliant. He was man of the match. Really helped Peru settle in as well, but yeah, he's just not to be for Jan Dander. Hasn't played since January against Southampton in the FA Cup, and it's hardly been on the matchday squad. Dander last had a league game against Stoke at home, got subbed off before half time. Never played again in the league games. Yeah, he wasn't great in that first half, and obviously Russell Martin probably thought, I don't want to see any more of him. So far we've got 4 players. We've got Ryan Bennett and Paul, and 3 players have not played enough. Now, next up we've got a player who currently doesn't play for the Swans. He joined Coventry City in the January transfer window on a free transfer. Now, this is Jake Bidwell. He's played 19 games this season for Swansea City. He's got 2 goals and 3 assists. So 5 goal contributions in 19 games for Jake Bidwell when he was at the club. Not bad. Scored against Cardiff City as well at home, but, there was an odd bad performance now and again. He had a decent performance scoring against Peterborough United as well at home when he made that great attacking run. Of course, Ethan Laird got the assist for that one. But yeah, Jake Bidwell, it's a tough one. I'm going to put him in average. Now, it's probably between average and poor for me, but 5 goal contributions in 19 games is not a bad return. It's nearly 1 goal contribution every 4 games, which is pretty decent for a left wing man. Considering Jake Bidwell is not an out-and-out left wing back like a Nathaniel Ogbeta who's really really quick down that left hand side. Bidwell, I think he was really good, and under Steve Cooper, especially in the 5 at the back system, he had a lot of assists. So yeah, Bidwell for me, average category. Let me see what you guys are saying. FC Refix go in average or good. Dylan Matthews going average. Should be poor, but a goal this scum makes him +1. Yeah. Thing is, even if he did score against Cardiff, that's still from average because he did still put in some decent displays, to be fair. Obviously, doesn't suit Martin's system, so I can understand why you went. But, if this was a Coventry tier list, he'd probably be in the last 2 categories because he's not really done well for Coventry. Average overall, probably does not want to be here anymore. That's why he went to Coventry. No, it's not that Bidwell didn't want to be here, mate. He was at Swansea for a few seasons. He liked living here. He had a lot of, Swansea neighbours or players who lived next to him, and, his girlfriend got along with a few of the footballers' wives and girlfriends. It was just the fact that, his contract was up at the end of the season. We weren't going to renew it. It doesn't fit the system. So, yeah. Next up, then, Finley Burns. Now, this is going to be an easy one. Not played enough. It's becoming quite a regular theme with some of these. Finley Burns, since signing from Manchester City in January, he's played 3 games. And in all the 3 games he's played in, he's not lasted the full match. So, yeah, Burns hasn't even completed a full 90 minutes. It's a bit of a shame. He played against Bristol City in his debut in February, played about 75 minutes, got something to it. Sheffield United, he got something in the 90th minute. And then against Birmingham City at home, I believe he got hooked off at half-time. So, yeah, Finlay Burns has not worked out for him. We do have the option to extend his loan deal until next summer, but I can't see that happening. I do feel a bit sorry for the lad because, he's obviously not a bad player for coming from Manchester City on loan especially. He's played, I think, twice for Manchester City's first team this season, one in the Champions League and one against Wycombe Wanderers in the Carabao Cup. But yeah, he's not played enough, and he's one of the only players who's played less than 5 games this season. So yeah, it's a bit of a strange signing, really, and it's just not worked out for him. But I wish him the best, and I think he's still only 18 years old. So yeah, he's gonna have a decent career as long as he can get game time wherever club he goes to next. Get your comments in about Finlay Burns. I can't really see you guys are going to put him above not played enough, to be honest, because like I said, he's not played enough. So I'm just going to go on to the next one. Next up, so this is probably the first interesting one, Ben Cabango. Now, Cabango's played a lot of first-team minutes this season, a lot of games. He's played 39 games in all competitions, 2 goals and 1 assist for him, with several clean sheets in there as well, and a few man-of-the-match performances. So, Cabango, interesting one. Now, look, I thought he had a slow start to the season, but he really grew into, a Russell Martin centre half. And, when he got injured against Bournemouth, he desperately missed it against Nottingham Forest and QPR, because our back line against those 2 teams, especially Nottingham Forest, looked really poor. Cabango's a big part of this team. Can't see him leaving in the summer unless a big offer comes in. He's got a contract year until 2025, I believe. I might be wrong there. It's either 2025, 2026. But he's got a long contract with the Swans, and he's had a fantastic season. Like I said, pitched him with a few goals, got an assist in there as well. If he did have a slow start to the season, I think he'd be in the player of the season candidate, but I'm going to put him in that good category. I think Cabango's had a good season. Obviously, got a few call-up for Wales as well, and also, played against Mexico, and also played the other month against Czech Republic. So yeah, Cabango starting to get a few more Wales appearances. Again, a bit unfortunate he's injured now because he can't be in the squad against Scotland or Ukraine, or against the other teams reverse in the Nations League next month. But yeah, his passing's improved massively, and he's a big part of this team. Daniel saying good, Curtis, average or good? I wouldn't put average, Curtis. Because he says good. Passing abilities improved significantly. Definitely, mate. Definitely. Next up, then, another interesting one. Cyrus Christie, of course, signed in January. He's played 23 games, got 3 goals and 4 assists. So 7 goals in 7 goal contributions in 23 games. And considering he signed in January, playing 23 games is really, really good. So basically, he started every game possible, apart from the one against Fulham where he couldn't play against his parent club. And Christie, look, he started off brilliantly, but in the last few weeks, I thought he was quite average. But because he's got 7 goal contributions, he's got a few important goals, played really well against Cardiff. So I'm going to put him in that good category. Like I said, he's not played the whole season because he only signed in January, so he can only give evaluation for the 4 or 5 months he's been here. But like I said, he's only dropped off the last month for the season where you could say we were on the beach. But yeah, Christie, if we can get him back next season on a permanent, that'd be absolutely awesome. But I know there's going to be wage problems and that there. But yeah, I'm going to do for Laird a bit now. And obviously, Laird was good, but he just didn't have the goal return Christie has had. So Christie's been awesome. The good says Christie good, Case is average, Middle Harbour average, FC Refix is good, Daniel Connie Bias is good. So a few averages, a few goods in there. I think average would be a bit harsh considering I've got Bidwell in there, because he's definitely been better than Bidwell this season for me. Curtis good. And also, when I've done the tier list, I'll be putting players like this, or obviously put Christie above Cabango if he's had a better season, if you get what I mean. So I'll actually rank him in the list as well. So next up then, we got Cameron Congreve. Now, of course, I really only want to do 5 lists, but I wanted to include every single player who's played at least a minute this season, because I wanted to talk about them, because obviously if they've played for us, they deserve the respect and they deserve some of the chat talk about them as well. So Cameron Congreve, 5 games, no goal contributions for him so far this season. He's going to go and not played enough. He's been on the bench a lot of times this season, only towards the end of the season. We were starting to see him in playing a Swansea City shirt. Only 18 years old. I think a loan spell for him next season would do the world of good. Maybe, League Two level like Ollie Cooper was this season, who've done really, really well at Newport County. I think Cameron Congreve could go to Newport for an Ollie Cooper replacement. But, he's 18. If he's 18 on 23s next season, that's fair enough. But for me, if we want him to become a good player for us in the future, then, he needs to learn, the traits of the English Football League. And I think a League Two loan to a team like Newport, we got a good relationship with, would do well. So, yeah, not played enough, but in the games he has played, he's looked a bright spark. Good against Forest away, QPR home. His passing was a little bit sloppy, but there was a brilliant piece of skill where he probably should have scored. But for an 18-year-old, for the 5 games he's played, it's all about experience. Congreve average, not playing enough, but he did well, not playing enough. Yeah, I think you guys are spot on there. Now, next one, Liam Cullen. Where do we start with Liam? Look, he's not good enough to play for the Swans anymore, is he? He's played 13 games for us this season, 1 assist. That's poor. That is poor. He's had 5 starts, and when you're starting 5 games, you're expecting a goal. So, he's played over 10 games, so I'm going to rank him because he's played enough. Obviously, he left the club in January, I believe, but he's just not good enough. Unfortunately, he's just not good enough at this level. Did he leave in January or did he leave in the winter? I'm pretty sure it was January. But yeah, he's just not good enough. Even at Lincoln, he's been really poor for them. Only 1 goal in a Lincoln City shirt in nearly 20 appearances. I'm sorry, Liam Cullen. You're going in rubbish. It's harsh, but he has been rubbish. 13 games, 1 assist, which was against Preston, which was a decent assist to be fair, but he looked lost in a lot of games. His finishing wasn't great. He was getting muscled by defenders, just looked lightweight. Rubbish. 13 games, 1 assist, and like because he says in the chat, 1 goal and 1 assist for Lincoln. Of course, I'm not including his Lincoln spell in this, but for me, start of the season we were struggling for goals, and it's no surprise because Liam Cullen was starting for us. So yeah, poor, rubbish. Cullen was rubbish. Did he leave in January or winter? Yeah, it was a shocker for me. But yeah, he did leave in January. He's a headless chicken most of the time. Cullen's not young either. I think he's 22 or 23. So he's not like a youngster like Cameron Congreve or Ollie Cooper. Cullen should have gone out on loan 2 to 3 years ago, like we did with McBurney, where we sent him on loan to Barnsley, Newport County, and we got goals there. But for Cullen, I really struggled to see him get a career at Swansea City. Next up then, Dan Williams, who is currently on loan in the Republic of Ireland League with Dundalk. He only played 2 games for us this season, but got 1 goal and 1 assist, which is really, really good for Dan Williams. I think both of them came against Plymouth Argyle in the Cup, where, of course, I think actually got the assist against somewhere else, but he definitely did score against Plymouth Argyle, score the opening goal of the game. Took a slight deflection. Now, for me, anything under 10 games, I'm going to have to put him in the not played enough category. But for Dan Williams, yeah, like I said, 2 games is definitely not enough. But he's playing quite first-team football over in Ireland, so hopefully he'll come back in December when his year loan ends in the division for Ireland. And, maybe play in the 23s when he comes back. But, yeah, not playing enough. But, again, it's another one for the future. Not played enough, needs more loan moves. Yeah, he's currently on loan, Daniel, in other minutes to Dundalk, mate. It was the same with Cameron Evans, but we've actually released Cameron Evans now. So, yeah, Dan Williams, he's played a few games over there. I think he's played 10 games. And he's picked up 4 yellow cards. So, yeah, you can see what type of midfielder he's going to be at the Swans. Now, Flynn Downs. I got a feeling when I know a lot of people will put Flynn Downs in this one. Let me just have a look at the notes I wrote for him. He's played 38 games this season, so not too shabby at all. Of course, did captain the Swans against Southampton in the FA Cup as well. 1 goal, of course, which came against Huddersfield Town, who picked up 2 assists, but he also did get a red card. Look, the red card he picked up against QPR was really silly. He was already on a bookend, starts getting into a bit of a scuffle with Charlie Austin. It's going to only be 1 outcome there. Luckily, it was, already in the 90th minute, but, I thought Flynn Downs let the team down there. But, he's been really, really influential in the Swansea City team this season next to Matt Grimes. He's played centre-back a few times this season as well, where I think he's done well. but his best position is definitely centre midfielder. Bought him for about £1 million from Ipswich Town. I think I said when we signed him, this lad's going to be a decent player, what Ipswich fans are saying. And I think, the Ipswich fans were right. Really, really good in midfield, loves a tackle, can be, a little bit silly with a tackle now and again, but I do like having a midfielder who shows aggression. There's only been one category for me, and that's going to be player of the season candidate. First season as a Swansea City player in the Championship, and, he's looked brilliant. Sam Morgan says average. Now, the chat might erupt with that, Sam. Of course, everyone's allowed an opinion. If you want to give a reasoning for you giving average, then I want to know. I can't see you guys' comments, because it only shows 5 comments at a time, so I'll have to read them again now. Daniel's also going player of the season. Yeah, I think that's the correct position. If you don't want to put good, I can understand, but I can't think of a game Flynn Downs played bad in, which just says a lot about the player. And we'll touch on another striker later on in the video who could potentially leave. But if we want to reinvest in the squad, maybe Flynn Downs will have to leave in the summer. But what a season he had in Swansea City shirt anyway. And I remember when we played Cardiff at home, he out-muscled Kiefer Moore, long ball forward, Ethan led to Patterson 3-0. Unbelievable stuff. But yeah, I'm going to put Flynn Downs in player of the season candidate. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, 8, 9. We've ranked 12 already. So it's going to be another 21. So if you guys are liking the long stream, then let me know. If not, then I'll try and hurry up and I'll just do Fisher, rubbish. Fulton, poor. I'll just do it quick like that. But Sam Morgan gives a reason for Downs being average as tidy on the ball but doesn't offer much offensively. That's fair enough, but he has had more goal contributions than Matt Grimes this season, Sam. Only by 1, but Grimes has played every league game this season. Downs hasn't. So, yeah, it's fair enough. We're going to move on to the next player then. Andy Fisher was a January transfer signing from Milton Keynes Dons. Now, it's going to be an interesting one. 20 games. So, when he came in, he did start for the first 3 or 4 games. Ben Hamer carried on a goal, but after we lost 2-0 to Hull, where Ben Hamer was pretty poor with positioning, Andy Fisher came in against Luton. So he's played 20 games, 5 clean sheets. Out of the 4 penalties he's faced this season, he's saved none. So, Fisher. It's an interesting one, isn't it? It's an interesting one. Look, sometimes his distribution is bloody brilliant, but sometimes it's really poor. It's his first half season at this level, so it's his highest level he's ever played in his professional career, so we've got to keep that into account. It's not a full season, so I'll give him average. Look, he's had some good games, he's had some poor games. Nottingham Forest had a good game, conceded 5, but still, was at fault for a goal. So yeah, with Fisher, he's got to have a big pre-season. There's no inconsistent category, Sam, so I don't know what category you put him in, mate. A lot of people saying average. Fisher made some great saves. He's playing out from the back and do it dodgy. Says speechless. Because he said should command his defence often. Yeah, that's one thing I noticed about Fisher. He doesn't command his box much. Hamer does, to be fair to him. But Fisher, yeah, I don't know whether there's a lack of confidence, but hopefully with a pre-season, yeah, I understand that, Sam. Don't worry, mate. Hopefully with a pre-season, he can really get good. But we do need to sign a new goalkeeper because Bendo's going to leave, and we'll only have no one really as a Fisher's distribution. So, yeah. Please leave a like on the stream if you are enjoying. Trying to 50 likes today. Please do that. It's free to do. I'm enjoying the chat as well. And please subscribe to the channel if you are watching on playback or live. Next player, my favourite player, Jay Fulton. Only played 20 games this season. Didn't really have a game until about January, February time because Martin never picked him. But he did have to pick him in the end. Of course, Martin probably did want him to go. But Fulton wanted to stay due to other clubs who wanted him, not matching his wage at the Swans. 20 games, 10 of them off the bench. So he's played 10 games and also come off the bench in 10. I don't think he set the world alight, but I don't think he's been terrible. I think he's just been average. So I'm going to put Fulton average. I know a few people say, it's a bit biased. He's been poor, but for me, when he's come on, he's looked solid. Millwall away, he was absolutely terrific. He's the best player on the pitch for me, Millwall away. He dominated that midfield for Millwall. It's just unfortunate that we got Matt Grimes and Flynn Downs, 2 very, very good midfielders. Otherwise, Fulton will be starting. Nottingham Forest won't be in January, and look where Forest are now. So yeah, Cursewood, Fulton average because he average. Speecher says good when he played, so average because he had to put a foot wrong. He has made 1 or 2 mistakes this season. But considering, his lack of game time coming into January, he performed well. And then when, he had the Patson situation, Falkland's playing as a number 10. So, yeah, fair play to him. Matt Grimes next, the captain, played all 46 league games this season without getting substituted. I think he was only one of 6 outfield players to do so. Look, Matt Grimes' fitness levels are absolutely unbelievable. You never see him get injured. You hardly see him go down with a tackle. I think he went down against Bournemouth, I think, but he carried on. Grimes, I don't know. I don't think this player of the season candidate for me. I don't think he's had as good of a season as many people are suggesting. Grimes has only got 2 assists this season, and one of them came against Nottingham Forest towards the end of the season. For a player like Grimes' quality, he should be getting a lot more assists. And you can't say it's down to the strikers, because Obafemi's got over 10 goals now, and Pro's on 24 in all competitions. So it's not down to the strikers missing chances. For Grimes, a frustrating thing for me as well is, especially at home, he doesn't drive forward with the ball. It's a lot. I don't mind him passing sideways and backwards at times when, teams have got a defensive shape. But when we're on the counter-attack for a Fisher throw-in, he's so slow with the ball and so frustrating. I'm not going to put him an average because the players are going there. Look, he's not a bad season, but I don't think he's been as great as Flynn Downs and as great as other people are saying. So I put Matt Grimes in good, but I'm going to be interested to read some of the comments about Matt Grimes. I don't think he's been good enough for players season candidate, but he should be the best ranked and good, easily most respected player at the club. Says Swans fan, interesting. Olsbo, by the way, says average. Hello, Swan, do the best. How you doing, mate? Sam Morgan says average for me, too slow but tidy player. Speecher says he doesn't always have options, which is a fair point, but then when he does have the options, mate. And another thing, Grimes can shoot. We've seen him score some really good goals over the last couple of years, and he just doesn't shoot enough. He scored against Rotherham in lockdown, scored against Nottingham Forest as well in the FA Cup. He needs to shoot more, Grimes. He does make some mistakes. Every player makes mistakes, mate, to be fair. But, look, he's had a good season. I don't think it's been average. I don't think it's been player of the season. Some people really like Matt Grimes, which, of course, he's a Swansea City player. You can all do that. But, some people go on about him like he's prime Xavi. Come on. Downs is clear of Grimes for me this season, anyway. So we're going to go on to the next player, Ben Hamer. Now, people might be thinking, somebody the backup goalkeeper, but Hamer's actually played more games than Andy Fisher this season. Fisher played 20. Ben Hamer's played 21. Ben Hamer, in the 21 games he played, has kept 9 clean sheets. So only in 13 games... No, my maths are wrong. Only in 12 games did Ben Hamer not keep a clean sheet in. Although one penalty he faced, he unfortunately didn't save it, but Hamer played 1 more game than Fisher, but kept 4 more clean sheets, which is, very interesting. But I generally think Ben Hamer has had a good season. I'm not a big fan of him, but I think Hamer's had a good season. Especially when, he came in for Ben at the start of the season. He was phenomenal. He was brilliant. He kept back-to-back clean sheets against Hull and Millwall. Someone says Hamer rubbish. I think that's a bit harsh. I'm not a big fan of Ben Hamer, but for me, he's had a good season. I genuinely think he's had a good season. When he's playing up from a back, majority of the times he's cool, calm, collected. Kept a clean sheet against Cardiff City in October. For a keeper who's quite error-prone, the only error I can remember him making is Nottingham Forest, which, he had a poor game in that one. But I think he's been class, to be well, not class, but good. Against Huddersfield in January, he kept us in the game. Huddersfield had a one-on-one chance, smacked him right in the face. He was brilliant. And he got injured in that game and carried on for the full 90 minutes. Andy Fisher concedes goals because of the poor defence. Because that makes no sense, because Ben Hamer plays in front of the same defence. They both play for Swansea City. They both play with the same defenders. Or if not, they both get similar enough defenders. Your comment makes no sense to Guzzi. And we were conceding more goals as well. Yeah, I think Hamer's been good this season, but if some people want to disagree, that's fine. Joel Latibordia next. So we're getting into some interesting ones. Latibordia played 32 games this season, 1 goal, which I believe came against Reading in the Carabao Cup. It was a hard one, Latibordia. It's a hard one. He's played so many different positions this season. He's played a right wing back, he's played a left wing back, he's played centre back. So he played in 3 positions. I'd probably say his best position so far this season was probably at left wing back, actually, when Jake Bidwell left the club and he came in for a few games. He was absolutely phenomenal, Latabordia. He's had some things. He's had some good games, but he's had some poor games. So he's going to have to win average. Like when I rearrange the average category, it'll probably be towards the top end of average. But I don't know. Things with Latabordia, he's quite a short defender. So height does let him down at times, and not in a Forest away, he was rubbish, especially. Sam Rogan says poor for me, unfortunately. We haven't made it easy for him, but just don't rate the lad. I think Paul's a bit harsh, but fair enough, Sam. Because he says average, being so consistent at a good level. I think he's been consistently average, which average isn't bad. Like, let's not get it wrong. Average isn't bad. Just means you're a bit inconsistent at times in terms of having good performances. Swans Francis, average, decent centre-back, good wing-back, but he can't go for a full 90. He has been called up to the Jamaica squad as well, which is fair play to him. But for me, if we want a chance for the top 6 next season, Latabordia cannot be starting for the majority of the season. He's got to be a bench/squad player for me. But, yeah. Good old player of the season candidate. I don't think he's player of the season candidate, mate, to be honest. Next up, Kyle Joseph. Now, I like to put players actually in the top 5 ranks if they played more than 10 games. And surprisingly, Joseph has played more than 10 games. He's played 12 games, but he's only had 1 start. So 11 of his 12 appearances this season have been off the bench. I feel a bit sorry for him. We signed him in the summer, sent him on loan straight away, recalled him in January, hardly used him, didn't get a start when he came back. His father and mother do follow me on Twitter, so I'm a little bit nice about Kyle Joseph, and I do like him because he's a sound lad. But we should have just let him stay at Cheltenham, because when he was at Cheltenham, he was playing up front. And then when we recalled him, we were bringing him on at wing back. So, yeah, for Joseph, like I said, yes, he has played 12 games, but 11 of them were off the bench. So he's going to have to go in not playing enough. And when he was coming on, it was for like 5-10 minutes. It's not enough to impact the game. Average, good, poor, average. Like I said, if he was I wouldn't mind ranking him as long as when he came off the bench, he had half hour or something. But he was only getting 5-10 minutes. He was literally only coming on the Seattle game, which is quite weird because he's usually a forward. Yeah, seems fair. Cheers, Sam. On to the next one then. Not currently at AFC Bournemouth, season's over, but his last was AFC Bournemouth, but Ethan Laird. Now, Ethan Laird played 21 games for the Swans, 4 assists. So nearly 1 assist every 5 matches. Not too bad considering it was his first time at championship level with the Swans, and he was having a really, really good season at the Swans, wasn't he? Until Man United decided to recall him and send him on loan to Bournemouth, where he hardly played. Only played a handful of games starting for his anyway. Played against the Swans with Bournemouth 2 weeks back, and I thought he was a bit poor in that, to be fair. I think he was at fault for the first goal, actually. Or it was Jamal Lowe, one of the two, but Jamal Lowe's next up, actually. Look, I think if Laird stayed the whole season, I think he'd be up there to play the season, because I think before January, December, late November time, he was average, wasn't he? But against Cardiff at home, Peterborough at home, he was absolutely amazing. But I'm going to put him in good. I know that could be controversial. And I don't understand why people were booing him when he came here with Bournemouth the other week. But I think Laird had a good season at the Swans, and he didn't. Let's put it this way: if Laird had an average or poor season, why would Bournemouth, who a transient want that promotion, why would they have wanted him? So you've got to think of it from that perspective. Yes, he didn't pick up with a goal, but 4 assists, not bad. And you've got to remember the amount of penalties Ethan Laird should have had. Jesus, Coventry away penalty. There was a team at home which should have had a penalty against as well. I think it was Hull penalty. No, Laird should have had 3 or 4 penalties when he was at the Swans. Average, in my opinion, clear, good player, but think could have offered more. Grew into the season, grew on. If we keep him, should be higher. Mate, Joseph is just average, so is the other one you just said. Not for me, mate. Joseph, like I say, he's played 12 games, but 11 were off the bench. It's not enough games, mate, to rank him, in my opinion. Bournemouth, we should have had a pen. Yes, another one, mate. So there's 3 now. Coventry, Bournemouth, Hull, and there's probably more. You could say he goes down easy, but Laird got into the box and players had to foul him because he was unstoppable at times. So, yeah, good season. Next up, Jamal Lowe. Now, some people might be thinking, Jamal Lowe played for the Swans this season? Yes, he did. Jamal Lowe played 6 games this season, so not many. 1 goal, 1 assist. that goal coming against... Testing my memory now. Don't think he did score for us this season, did he? I don't know, did he? I think I might have put an incorrect stat there. Did Jamal Lewis score for the Swans this season? I put down here, Jamal Lewis, 6 games, 1 goal, 1 assist. But at the top of my head now, I can't think of who he scored against. Oh, this is... No, I don't think he did score, so I don't know why I've put... Maybe he was 2 assists. Maybe I read that wrong. I don't think he has scored this season. He definitely had an assist because I remember against Plymouth at home, he gave Whittaker, he didn't score this season, so apologies for that. But he did get 2 assists, so since he gave 2 assists, he's going to have to go in the not playing enough category. At the start of the season, he was even first choice. Liam Cullen was getting in over Jamal Lowe. Whittaker was getting over Lowe as well. And even in the Carabao Cup against Plymouth, he didn't score. But he did play really well in that game. And then got rid of him, which was a bit of a shame. Because I remember we played Plymouth, we won 4-1. Whittaker scored a hat-trick. Lowe did okay. And against Preston the next game, Whittaker didn't even come on. He just scored a hat-trick. But, yeah, not playing enough for me. Pretty simple. We'll just move on to the next one. He scored against Plymouth. No, he didn't, mate. Dan Williams scored against Plymouth and Whittaker scored a hat-trick. I don't know why I wrote a goal for Lowe. I was probably looking at his Bournemouth stats by mistake. So apologies for that. Next one, Ryan Manning. Now, Jesus, the Irish madman. I would say, if he wasn't Irish, I'd say the Irish Roy Keane, because he loves a red card, Manning. He's played 41 games this season in all competitions, which is a lot of games, one of our highest. 2 goals, 4 assists, 2 red cards. Jesus, I think both of them were red cards, to be honest. The Blackburn one was a second bookable offence. And the Fulham one, yeah, at the time I said it was there for a foul, but he could have broke Harry Wilson's leg, to be honest. And I remember a Welsh player broke Seamus Coleman's leg the other year, so it would have been revenge, to be fair. But, yeah, Manning, he's played left wing-back and he's played left centre-back this season. And left centre-back, I think he's been absolutely phenomenal. But a left wing-back, okay, scored a few very, very good goals this season. Preston at home was an absolute screamer, to be fair to the lad. Barnsley away, came off the bench for Jake Bidwell at 0-0, impacted the game, we won 2-0, got an assist as well. But, it's a shame. It is a shame for Manning, because I think the 2 red cards puts him to average. I genuinely think he was having a good season. But as soon as he got that red card against Fulham, he didn't get into the team too often after that, because he had a 4-match ban, and obviously we beat Cardiff 4-0, did the double, so we have to, give other players an opportunity. Yeah, I prefer him in the back three, mate. But it's a shame, because he has had a good season, but, have you had a good season if you get 2 red cards and you let your team down? I don't think so. Can be suspect defensively at times, but it's a shame. But when I rearrange the average category, he'll be at the top, definitely. His red cards are a bit, because, yeah, it's definitely Daniel, mate. It's a big shame, to be fair. I think we've only had 3 red cards this season, and 2 of them are from Manning. Next up, Lincoln McFadden. Not played enough. He's played 1 game, final half hour against Red in the Carabao Cup, second competitive game of the season. Why have I featured him? I don't really know. Signed from Preston 2 years ago on free transfer for the under-23s. Will he be here next year? Probably not. We'll probably release him. But I did see him in town the other week, so I thought I'd include him. And he has technically played for Swansea City this season. Someone said, who? He played against Red in the Carabao Cup first round, mate. Youngster, left wing back. Scored a few goals in the 23s. And, we do play a wing back system, so maybe we'll see him in pre-season. Next up, Nathaniel Ogbeta. Now, what a pointless signing this has been. Nathaniel Ogbeta, he joined and he was injured for a month. Then when he did come back from injury, he only played twice, and 2 of those appearances were off the bench. So technically, Nathaniel Ogbeta still hasn't made his full debut for Swansea City, which is absolutely mad. He's played 1 game away from home, 1 game at home, and it's a growing concern about the amount of players who have not played enough this season, which says a lot when we're quite getting 2 players injured. Has he even played? He signed from Shrewsbury for a few £100,000. And a lot of Shrewsbury fans saying, you've got a great player in your hands here. He loves going down the left-hand side. But, of course, he had a little bit of an injury before he came, which is fair enough. But Hannes Wolf didn't help him, did he? Hannes Wolf form was phenomenal. But I still think towards the end of the season, Ogbetter's going to be here next year. Hannesworth isn't. We just didn't use Ogbetter enough. He's not fully trusted by Martin, potentially because he has a good point. But again, when you're buying a player with money, you want to see him used. But maybe he's doing what he did with Obafemi, letting him gel in, and it's a big pre-season for Nathaniel Ogbetter in a Swansea City shirt. Next up, Carl Norton. Now, Carl Norton, 40 games this season. Of course, did suffer a little bit of an injury halfway through. I think it was February time where he suffered a little bit of an injury and was missing for a few games. But yeah, Norton, I think he's only had 4 yellow cards this season in 40 games, which is a phenomenal record. For me, player of the season candidate, definitely. What a brilliant player he is. A lot of people will be saying, someone said rubbish. And if I speak, I'm in big trouble. But Norton, for me, unbelievable season. Be interested to see who I put player of the season. But Norton, he's been absolutely terrific. Now, if I'm an opposition fan watching it, I probably wouldn't notice Norton that much. But the way he moves with the ball, the way he takes on players as a centre back, the way he just calms down the defence, with especially young boys around him. When Finley Birds came into the side, for example, Joe Latterboard is still a young lad. Nathaniel Ogbetter, no one just calms him down, has a word, just brilliant. I don't have many more words to say about Norton, what a player he is, and yeah, let's see what you guys say. Quality notes, player of the season, miss him so much when he doesn't play. And of course, he has signed another 1-year extension, so we will be playing next season. But, Norton, how long can he go on for? That's the question, because he is 34 now, I believe. Next up, Olivier Encham. I don't think we've got too many left. No, we've only got a few left. We've got 9 left. We've got Olivier Encham now. I might create my own category for inconsistent. Dictionary. If you look up the term inconsistent, the definition, Olivier Encham. He is the definition of inconsistent. He is so frustrating at times because we all know Encham is a brilliant player in there, but he doesn't show it enough. Some of the times he's played this season, West Bromwich off the bench, unbelievable off the bench, scored, made a huge impact. And there's other times when he's played, Blackburn home, invisible. Holloway, invisible. There's too many times he's been invisible for me. He's not been poor. Definitely not been poor. But he's going to be average. And he's only an average because of some of the performances he's put in. You're not a poor Encham, Jesus. I'm going to have a look at Olivier Encham stats now for this season. If I can find them. 37 games he's played. 4 goals, 3 assists. So 7 goal contributions in 37 games, which isn't great. But out of the 37 games he's played this season, 17 of those have been off the bench. So he's only actually started 20 games. 20 starts, 17 off the bench. So even those stats prove he's a bit of an inconsistent player. Can we make a category called step over? Barnsley's another one when he came off the bench, and there's not many times he's actually started and scored. Peterborough's one of them. West Brom came off the bench. Barnsley came off the bench. I think he said he scored 4 goals, isn't he? 4 goals. Who was the other goal against? I probably should have done research. Luton. I'm sure he came off the bench. So, 3 of 4 Encham's goals this season have been off the bench. Says a lot. Next up, Michael Obafemi. Now, I need to move this up a little bit because some of the players' faces have been cut out. Michael Obafemi. Now, if the season ended in December, he'd be in rubbish with Liam Cullen. But since January, when we had that Blackburn Rovers game, which was early February or late January, he scored and his form turned around drastically. He only scored 1 goal up until the end of 2021 with the Swans against Birmingham City. Struggled for fitness, attitude problem potentially. But I don't know what Martin said to him in 2022, but in the 2022, Michael Obafemi was different quality. He's played 32 games this season, 12 goals, 3 assists. So, 12 goals in 32 games was very, very good indeed. Started, probably the last 2 months of every single game of the Swans, playing the full 90 minutes for the majority of them as well. And, when we take a pro off and keep Obafemi on, it shows Obafemi's got something about him. He's got really good pace. His finishing ability is good at times. Now and again, he does miss a good opportunity. Rare and away, I thought he missed a really good opportunity in that one. But yeah, Obafemi's found his feet. Of course, will go down in Swansea history, scoring those 2 goals against Cardiff City. And of course, the celebration was even better, to be honest. But yeah, he's going to go in good. Again, if he was a little bit more consistent that season, he'd be in player of the season candidate. But we'll see how far in good he goes. But Clinical says to Guzzi, good, but his early season form let him down, definitely, mate. And you've got to think, if Obafemi had really good early form, he'd be on the same goals as Pro, and maybe Obafemi will be getting all the attention ahead of Joe Peru. Now, Jamie Patterson. This is going to cause riots. This one will cause riots. Of course, there was a situation in January where his contract was renewed, but either him or his agent was not happy with the deal, and it was either Patterson or his agent refused to play. Patterson's mate on Instagram was then slagging off the fans. I did a video about Jamie Patterson myself about how disappointed I was and he should never play again. And since then, he's not been good. He's been average. It's unfortunate because before the contract situation, he was player of the season candidate. But since he actually came back into the team, there's been too many poor performances. Lack of runs, just looks like he's not trying. And unpopular opinion, if Patterson went in the summer, I couldn't give two. I don't want to swear in case his children are watching, but yeah, if Patterson leaves in the summer, I don't care. Look, I don't hate the bloke, but I don't like him at the end of the day. I still haven't got over what he did in January, where his agent or him didn't apologise to the fans. Yeah, it's going to go on average. I know people probably say that's biased, but it's going to be top of average for me. 9 goals, 9 assists, 38 games, which, 18 goal contribution, 38 games is phenomenal. But you got to take into fact that the majority of those were in the first half of the season. And if I'm putting Obafemi in good. I'll put him in good because I can't put Obafemi in good for having a good half of the season, then put Patterson in average for a good half of the season. Yeah, I don't like. I got to be honest, I don't really like Patterson, but I want to be as honest as possible. He's had a good season. He has had a good season, but like I said, if he leaves in the summer, I'm not too bothered. I'm not going to read the comments because I'm just going to get wound up. But yeah, we're nearly 50 minutes into the stream. Please do smash a like on the video if you are watching now or if you're watching on playback. And please do like. I know I say it all the time, but you don't understand how much it helps the channel grow. And we are trying to get 5,000 subscribers. And please subscribe to the channel as well. Like I said, free to do. And if you want me to do more streams in the future, then, subscribe. And just subscribe. And if I keep talking about Patterson, you get more annoyed because the video in January annoyed me enough, and that didn't do really well with Swans fans. But like I said, he's had a good season, but if he left in the summer, I don't care. One Rose Vlog said Twine is Patterson's replacement. Mate, I'd love Scott Twine at the Swans. I think every Championship fan would, but maybe the player I'm talking about next, we could sell him and maybe get Scott Twine. We'll see. Joel Perreault. For me, he's been rubbish this season. Should be scoring 30 goals. For me, should be scoring hat-tricks in games. Should be scoring a lot more penalties. Yeah, Perreault rubbish. Obviously, that's a joke. He's going in player of the season candidate. What a signing he has been, Joel Perreault. £1 million from PSV Eindhoven. Oh, he is younger than Liam Cullen, by the way. Which is just remarkable. He's played 47 games in all competitions. He's only missed one championship game this season, which was the first game of the season against Blackburn, where him and Martin already had a falling out, apparently, and things have changed. 24 goals, 22 in the Championship, 1 in the Carabao Cup, and 1 in the Emirates FA Cup against Southampton. So he's even scoring against Premier League sides there. 6 assists as well. So 30 goal contributions in 47 games. What a return. He finished the Championship joint 3rd top scorer with 22 goals with Andres Weimann and Brent Brereton Diaz. Take into the fact that Brent Brereton Diaz has scored 4 or 5 penalties this season and Perreault's only scored 1. I don't think Weimann scored 1, so you could put Weimann above Perreault in that aspect. But, well, Perreault, what a signing he's been. And like I said, highly unlikely he's going to be here next season, which is a big shame. But yeah, I love Perot, man. He's one of my favourite players. His mother follows me on Instagram. I don't know why some of these family members of these footballers follow my channel, especially when I slag half of them off. But yeah, Perot's been absolutely phenomenal, and it's just going to be a heartbreaker when he leaves. I really want to do a video on it when he leaves, and Downs leaves, and Obafemi leaves, because we sell all the good players. But imagine me doing Nathan says, imagine me doing a list for our players. Well, they'd all be in rubbish and poor. Maybe Bart, Cody Drama, Ruben Caldwell. Yeah. And maybe Isaac Davis as well. DeGuzzi says, don't want him to leave because I feel like he's only been here 4 months. Well, DeGuzzi, mate, if he's the third top scorer in the championship, joint third with 24 goals, we got no option to sell, especially when we got no finances to actually like buy players for about £1 million. Because yes, we did buy Downs for £1 million. Yes, we did buy Michael Obafemi for 1.5 in the summer. Yes, we did buy Perot, but we sold players like Joe Rodon the season before. We sold Jamal Lowe, don't forget, this season to fund Michael Obafemi's deal. And of course, we had the money from the championship playoffs as well and TV deals. Next up, Corey Smith. Now, technically, Corey Smith is still a Swansea City player because his contract doesn't run out until the 30th of June or May, one of the two. But he's still a Swansea City player anyway, even though he's in Dubai with his missus and kids. But Corey Smith, he's actually played quite a lot of games this season for a player who's not started all the time. Smith, 36 games, 14 off the bench. I think that's right. So he started... That can't be right. I don't know what I've done here. Well, he's played 36 games anyway, which is quite a lot, to be fair. I think he played in all the Carabao Cup games. This is going to cause controversy. Corey Smith, poor. For me, he's poor this season. There was 1 or 2 games where he played left wing back, and I thought he was absolutely brilliant. Coventry was brilliant, and Blackpool, he was all right. But apart from those 2 games, I can't recall a decent Corey Smith performance, which is a bit of a shame. But again, if he was an average or good player this season, would we be letting him go? Probably not. So yeah, Ryan Bennett's got some company there. Yeah, Corey Smith, look, he seems a fantastic guy, but I'm not rating them on their out the field appearances. This is 90 minutes. Well, I see on the pitch when I'm paying my hard-earned money. And for me, when I see Smith coming on as a substitute, I go, oh God, because I don't think he offers much, and I wish him all the best in the future. And I think he does suit a recently promoted side, maybe a Sunderland, maybe a Wigan or Rotherham. But for a team who want to achieve top half of the season in a positive way, Corey Smith is not that midfielder. Can you start again? Well, the good thing about YouTube, Josh, is when the live stream does finish, 2 minutes after the stream finishes, you can watch it all back again as a normal video. So yeah, the stream will be ending in about 15, 20 minutes time, mate, so you can just rewatch it again. But yeah, don't you worry. But anyway, if you guys don't follow my social medias, Swans Wade and my Reese accounts, they're all in the description down below. That's where I post when I'm going to go live on YouTube and stuff like that, so make sure you follow me so you don't miss a thing. So yeah, we've got 4 players left. We've got Liam Walsh, Morgan Whittaker, Reese Williams, and Hannes Wolf. We're going to start off with Liam Walsh. Now, Walsh, 6 games, 2 starts. I don't know with this one. I don't know. He's not played enough, but in the games he's played, he's been absolutely rubbish. But I don't know, because he has had 2 starts. I don't know. But there's a lot of players and I'm not played enough. I'm looking. And you got Mick Faden, who's only made 1 game. I better 2. Low 6. Cooper, a few. Congreve, like, I'm tempted to put him in rubbish. No, I'm not going to. I'm going to put him in not played enough. Look, he's in between rubbish and not played enough. I'm going to be a bit nicer to him and say he's not played enough. But look, Liam Walsh is absolutely shocking. I don't know how he's a professional footballer. The guy can't stay fit for 2 minutes. We signed him. We got one who's injury prone, and he gets injured against Southampton in a pre-season friendly with no tackles going in. He then went on loan to Hull City in January so we could get Hannes Wolf, and he only made 3 appearances for Hull. He came on against Hull for us in his last game, hit the post, and that was his best thing he's done in the Swansea City shirt. Of course, he was a free agent from Bristol City, like Corey Smith, like Patterson, and I got a feeling I'm going to sign another one in Harky Wells in a few weeks' time. But yeah, out of the free agents from Bristol City, he's been the worst one by far. And yeah, like I said, I'm only put him in not playing enough because 2 starts isn't great. We've got 3 players left. We've got Morgan Whittaker now. Now, Whittaker, 9 games, 3 goals. I'm going to put him in poor. Now, for me, 9 games, he was here until January. And yes, he didn't start a lot of games, but he played all the Carabao Cup games. So, well, I know he definitely started against Perth and Brighton. So, yeah, he was really good in those games. But in the league, when he came on, he was poor. And I know I got a few players and not played enough who have played similar games to Morgan Whittaker, but I'd rather be in poor than not played enough because at least he's played games. And, he's done all right at Lincoln as well. So, yeah, I know some people will be thinking, well, why have you put him in poor but not some of the others? Like Danda, look, he's not played thing. And, at least Whittaker was actually getting in the squad in like December, November. So, yeah, I think I've made my fair point for that. Rhys Williams. Oh, God. Now, I actually like Rhys Williams. 6 games. There's a few starts in there. And because he made a few starts, rubbish. He was absolutely terrible, Rhys Williams. On loan from Liverpool. How Liverpool played him in the Champions League, I don't know. Doug, if you're watching, then I'm sorry, mate. But Rhys Williams, how he was playing for Liverpool, I don't know. I like Rhys Williams. He seems a top lad. I met him before, I think it was the Millwall game. We actually came on my vlog. And, he was just saying how much he likes it. And I like Rhys Williams, but let's be honest, he was rubbish when he was here. He couldn't adapt to the system. He got outpaced by Andy Carroll, for God's sake. But yeah, last one, Hannes Wolf. I really want to put him in this category, but I know people will be saying, "What are you on about?" I'm gonna put him in good. I was really close to putting him into player of the season contender then, but I'll put him in good. Wolf struggled for the first few games, but honestly, when he got put into that left wing back role, he was absolutely immense. Got a few really, really good goals. He scored 2 goals, 3 assists in 19 games, which is really, really good. He loved his football here from Borussia Mönchengladbach. His agent said Hannes Wolf has never enjoyed football so much since he's been at Swansea. I really wanted to put him play of the season, but there was a few poor games in there. Holloway especially was really crap. But yeah, if we can get Wolf back next season, that'd be awesome. But yeah, those are the 33 players, guys, all ranked. I'll go through them now. So we're not playing enough. I've got Dan Williams, Carl Joseph, Nathaniel Ogbeta, Liam Walsh, Lincoln McFadden, Jamal Lowe, Brandon Cooper, Cameron Congreve, Stephen Bender, Finley Burns, and Jan Danda. In the rubbish category, we've got Liam Cullen and Rhys Williams. In the poor category, we've got Ryan Bennett, Corey Smith, and Morgan Whittaker. In the average category, we've got Jake Bidwell, Andy Fisher, Jay Fulton, Joel Lathabordia, Ryan Mangan, and Olivier Njam. In the good category, we've got Ben Gabango, Cyrus Christie, Matt Grimes, Ben Hamer, Ethan Laird, Michael Obafemi, Hannes Wolf, and Jimmy Patterson. And in the player of the season contender, we've got Flynn Downs, Kyle Norton, and Joel Perot. The stream's not ending yet, guys. I will be doing something with this now, so if you guys want to stay for 5 more minutes, that'll be good. So what I'm going to do now is rank the categories in terms of best player here and worst player in the category there. So let's play for not played enough. Who's actually played games? Who's been the best one out of these? God. Jesus. This is right. Cameron Congreve is probably going first for me. I think Jamal Lowe is all right. So I'll put it right. Let's just start from the worst. Jan Danda. Sorry, mate. Actually, right, Lincoln McFadden there. Danda. Ogbear's just not played, so he's gonna have to go there. Finley Burns again, not played. Brandon Cooper's actually going to go first for me. I thought he was absolutely brilliant. Jamal Lowe was better than Joseph. Bender was better than Walsh. And Williams was better. So, not played enough. For me, the worst player this season, not played enough. We've only one game, McFadden. Then we've got Jan Danda, Ogbeta, Burns, Walsh, Williams, Bender, Joseph, Lowe, Congreve and Cooper. So that's the way I'm ranking the not played enough category. Let me know if you agree with the way I've listed those players from best to worst. I think the best player for us this season out of that category is Brown and Cooper, and the worst is McFadden. Now, rubbish. The best player are Liam Cullen and Rhys Williams. Oh, God. It's like picking what dog you want to adopt, but you got a dog, but you don't like dogs. You don't want to pick any. Oh, God. Might need some help in the chat. Who's been better this season, Liam Cullen or Rhys Williams? Jesus. I'm probably going to edge Cullen because he's got an assist. So stick with that. Paul, you've got Whittaker, Smith, Bennett. I'll switch to those two. Oh, actually. Yeah, well, actually. I think Whittaker, I know he's played a lot less games, but I think he's been better than Smith. I think Bennett's been all right. So I'll put Bennett, Whittaker, Smith. Let me know if you agree with that one. Cullen has just been pressing the ass, fair enough. Rhys Williams was shocking. Liam Cullen's the most overrated youngster I've ever seen. He's not even a youngster anymore. I think he's 23 now, Nathan, mate. So, Colwell. I don't think Colwell's overrated, mate, but it's a big season for him next year. And he was actually in Swansea the other day as well, Ruben Colwell, funny enough. Yeah, Cullen. So that's my thing. Average, we got Bidwell, Fisher, Fulton, Latiboria, Manning, Encham. Now, for me, Manning's been the best out of these. Then you got to put Encham for me. Then for me, it's out of Fisher. Well, as much as I love Fulton, he's been the worst. Fisher, Latiboria, Bidwell. I think Latty's been better than Bidwell. And you got who's been better, Bidwell or Fisher? I stick with Bidwell. So for me, in the average category, Ryan Manning's been the best. Second best, Encham. Third best, Latiboria. Fourth best, Bidwell. Fifth best, Andy Fisher. And the worst player in the average category for me this season has been Jay Fulton. Good category. We've got a lot of players in here. We've got Ben Gavango, Cyrus Christie, Grimes, Hamer, Led, Obafemi, Hannesworth, Patterson. Right. I think Cabango's got to go first. Second, I'll go Ethan Led, surprisingly. Oh, no. Christie's been better than Led, so I can't go Led second. But right, Grimes is going second. Grimes had a decent season. Patterson's got to go third, hasn't he? He has had a good season, so much as I don't really like the guy. Problem is now we've got Wolf, Obafemi, Led, and Christie, and all of them only played for half a season. Jeez, this is solid. I'll probably go Obafemi for the goals. Then I'll go Christie. Then I'll go Wolf. Then I'll go Led. Then I'll go Hamer. Player of the season. Now, this is where I'm going to do the suspense. This is where I'm going to take an extra hour to get the ad revenue coming in. Player of the season. We'll start with third. In third place, I'm going for Flynn Downs. Now, for me, as much as Flynn Downs had a brilliant season, I don't think he's been as good as Carl Norton and Joe Pro. And let me know down below, guys, who's been your worst player this season and your best player, either in the comments or in the live chat right now. Yeah, Downs had a good season, but he's not been as good as Pro and Norton. Now, this is a hard one. Norton, of course, he's not going to get the goals and assists, but I think we've got the 8th best clean sheets in the championship, which is nothing to be proud of, by the way. I know we've got one of the worst defensive, but Norton, we're going to see a lot more without him. Was part of the double as well. I don't know. It's going to be I might have to get a coin now. Norton. Right. Second place, Carl Norton. First place, Pro. Now, the only reason I'm going Pro first is just because he's played a few more games this season and he's not got injured. No one's had one injury. So, that is my Swansea City 2021-2022 player ratings. Let me know down below, guys, in the comment section, do you agree or disagree with my list? There's a few debatable ones, but honestly, looking at that list, I think I've done pretty well. If I didn't have the not played enough category, then we'd have had a lot more important rubbish, but honestly, I think I've done a pretty good job there, to be honest with you. So now I'm going to stop sharing my screen because There's no need to be on this anymore. Stop sharing screen, please. And then we got my beautiful face back on screen. But yeah, I'm going to answer your questions until 9:10. So 4 minutes to stay on, guys. If you've got any questions about Swansea City in the transfer window, then please go ahead and ask me some bit of Q&A quick and fast 4 minutes, because we've been live for an hour and 4 minutes, and I've really, really enjoyed it. So hopefully this stream does well. In the last few videos on the channel, I've had over 1,000 views on every single one, which is fantastic. And yeah, I really like doing these streams. Of course, I will be doing a live stream watch along for the Huddersfield vs Nottingham Forest as well. Great stream has 50 likes. I will activate Reese's Windows. What do you mean? I'm confused. It's probably some of my screen sharing. But cheers, Nathan, mate. Nathan, you need to do your version, mate. Predict the transfer income and outcome. That's hard to predict because I don't know who's going. If you're saying to me, who do I think will be the next Swansea City player to leave the club, I'll probably go for maybe someone like Morgan Whittaker on loan. Hopefully we can get our business done quickly. I know Cardiff have already made 3 signings, or 4, I think, now. I don't even think the January transfer window actually... I don't even think the summer transfer window is actually open yet, technically. Of course, we are looking at Joe Allen. Now, for me, I think I can really see Allen coming in if Downs leaves. Yes, you need quality in depth, but I don't think Allen would come here to be a backup. But, you know, Allen will have to decrease his wages. Forest and Huddersfield to go up. I think Huddersfield will do it, mate. I think Huddersfield an extra time 2-1. Cooper, for as good as he's been as manager, playoffs twice, hasn't got promoted twice. Maybe his third time's a charm. 4 new signings, 11 to go. That's mental. Only thing I could say about that, Nathan, is that too many signings? Are you going to be like Fulham in the Premier League where they can't adapt? But to be fair, I'm not going to say it's the same bit Cardiff fan, but you are getting a lot more youngsters in the squad now, which you need because you would have a very, very elderly squad. And it's unfortunate because my good friend Aidan Flint has officially left Cardiff City. McDonald's order, quarter pound of cheeseburger, plain, large fries and strawberry milkshake, and maybe 20 nuggets. I got money. Will Pro Stations, Ashton Gregory, no. Apparently, Julian Winter, who is our chief executive or whatever you want to call these people these days, wanted to negotiate a new deal with Pro, but basically Pro's agent said no. Not Pro himself, but the agent, which you can understand because he's laughing at Ollie Tanner. I don't know much about him because but if Spurs want to sign him, mate, he's got to be a decent player. I don't think really we can laugh because worrying thing for us now is depth-wise are really poor. So hopefully Martin's got some players lined up, and of course we don't even have a scout or like a head of recruitment yet because obviously Mark Allen got sacked, so we need to get a head of recruitment. And apparently we want this Raw United guy. But yeah, we need to get some business done. And obviously, pre-season not too far. I think the season's actually starting in July. But no, in mind, like we're going on holiday 6th of June and coming back the 16th. We'll just do all our business then. I was thinking of doing a daily vlog, but I don't know. But yeah, I'll stay live for another 2.5 minutes so the stream gets to an hour and 10. But yeah, really, guys, the last couple of weeks I wanted to be doing like my reaction to table predictions. I've done that. I really enjoyed that. I did my away fans rankings and home fans ranked. So I really haven't got any ideas at the moment for the channel. I've also got the Huddersfield Nottingham Forest watch along to do. But apart from that, I've got no videos lined up. So if you guys want me to film anything or if you've got any ideas, then please do hit me up on social media. I do try to reply to all of my DMs as long as they're sensible and not stupid. And yeah, all my social media down below: Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. And obviously you can just ask me a question in the YouTube comment sections and I try my best to reply. So please get me some ideas. But my channel is changing a little bit. I'm going to make it a lot more championship based. So instead of maybe, Swans news, I'll just be doing, when Swans sign free players, sell free players, I'll be doing it all in one basically. And, when championship season does actually start, I'll be doing a Swans match previews. I'm going to bring them back on the Thursday. And on the Friday, a bit like what Bluebird Legend does, I'm going to do Sky Bet championship score predictions, but I'm going to be consistent with it. So then, obviously, when the match week ends, I'll be reviewing the match week, basically, instead of doing match reviews. But obviously, vlogs will stay. But anyway, you're in the stream here, guys. Thank you very much for supporting the channel. I really do appreciate being live for 1 hour, 8 minutes and 56 seconds as I currently speak. Absolutely unbelievable. Fair play. But yeah, thank you very much for watching, guys. Hopefully you did enjoy the stream. Let me know down below if you enjoyed it, and let me know down below what videos you want to see. And also let me know what do you think of my rankings to Swansea City players 2021-2022 got up with anyone in poor or rubbish category, so all that, because yeah, it wouldn't be great. But anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Enjoy the rest of your Saturday night. I'll catch you very soon for hopefully a Swansea City signing. See you all later.